Good evening, my name is Jenimar Torres, and it's a pleasure for me to be able to speak today about click fraud in this short presentation. Click fraud it is a huge problem when it comes to pay-per-click advertisers. It is important that every company understands what it is, how do we identify click fraud, and what can we do as a business to prevent it. Then let's get started. Click fraud is often used as an umbrella term to describe all the sources of non-revenue generating traffic like robots, competitors, and criminal organizations. However, in its purest form, ad-click fraud can be defined as a deceitful interaction between a user and a pay-per-click ad that is taken in order to generate illegitimate charges for marketers. Ad-click fraud and the various forms of illegitimate, invalid ad clicks share similar characteristics, and both can have a negative effects on a company's marketing efforts, regardless of their source. Therefore, it is up to the advertisers to learn as much as they can about their clicks, where did they came from, and how they are being generated in order to develop effective defensive solutions against pervasive attacks. The best way to define if an ad click was fraudulent or not is to look at the click source as well as its post click behavior in order to determine if an intent can be assigned to it. Since all illegitimate clicks result in some type of financial loss for the marketers, it might be worth to look into any parties that has been vested interested to engage in malicious clicks. Fraudulent ad clicks do not always have to come directly from the source that will benefit from the fraud, although they often can. Some parties will hire an ethical group to help them target a certain company. On the other hand, there are multiple scenarios where illegitimate or invalid ad clicks can occur without any malicious intent. For instance, parties that repeatedly interact with ads due to confusion. Illegitimate clicks can come from a variety of sources. Many of these clicks are intentionally malicious, but some can be a little bit more nebulous. Knowing where to expect click fraud to come from and knowing what kind of business suffers from is the first step in mitigating this issue. Before going to this topic, please let me explain what is defined as an unwanted click. According to Adam Hopkins, co-founder of the Click Fraud Detection and Prevention Tool, their team sees click frauds and as unwanted clicks. This means, for example, that when you are running a small business, you have already set up an ad account to be able to take advantage of Google's new expanded text ads, okay? You want people to click on your ad with the intent to visit your site and ultimately, which is the goal for them or your goal is to make a purchase, okay? You want to avoid having anyone to click on your ad if they have no interest on buying what your company actually offers. Now that we have defined what click fraud is, it is highly important to be able to know that there are a few click fraud warning signs to look out for as well. Hopkins explained that, for instance, when the company starts to see a shockingly high increase in your clicks throughout rates, but almost no conversions, there is a good chance that some unwanted click have happened on your site. However, in addition to unwanted click, there are some other type of click fraud which includes manual click fraud that can be defined as an actual person that physically clicks on your ad repeatedly. And also, we have what we define as click fraud by robots. This means that an automated software or robot can be designed to commit click fraud. So whether unwanted clicks are due to competitors clicking on your ads or just a simple slip of the finger, online advertisers are losing billions of dollars, and there has been a significant increase in recent court cases over click fraud. How much money is being wasted? This is very important. So, according to clickguard.com, fraudulent and illegitimately clicks as a whole can cost marketers a serious amount of money. Recent estimates suggest that ad fraud alone could cost an outstanding 19 million in 2018. Some pundits expect that number to rise to a monumental 50 billion by 2025. Putting the right mechanism in place can diminish financial losses due to wasteful clicks. Investing in these security systems should find its place on every company's immediate and future business plans. It is important to know that these estimates cover all your major types of digital ad fraud, so it includes advertisers that will work under different bidding models and employ various ad formats. The different type of malicious click can include but are not limited to ad click fraud, data fraud, impression fraud, and conversion fraud. What can we do to prevent click fraud? So, I'm going to introduce to you right now to click fraud, which is a software that is privately held and headquartered in Playa Vista, California. This software protects AdWords accounts from all types of unwanted ad clicks, allowing pay-per-click advertisers to verify and control their paid traffic, protecting them from wasteful ad clicks. They provide the world's most advanced intelligent click fraud prevention platform and services to businesses seeking to better understand and prevent losses to non-profitable resource draining clicks. However, the software prices varies depending of the feature that is included, okay? The software packages start as low as $39 and the price can increase up to $99 on a monthly basis. As an end-to-end solution for click fraud preventing and campaign optimization, ClickGuard can conform to your digital marketing needs, no matter how complex or large they might be. The software connects and integrates with WordPress, Joomla, Slack, Google Analytics, and Zapier, to just name a few. What can we do to prevent in-house the click fraud? Okay, besides taking advantages of the software that I mentioned before, the company may also implement in-house solutions which can include creating awareness internally, for marketers need to shine a light on illegitimate clicks and inform their peers, superiors, and stakeholders of the possible setback falls and ad interaction and what they can cause. Regardless of the size, business that invested in pay-per-click should take the time to educate themselves about click fraud. Besides creating awareness of this issue in general, those engaged and involved in the advertising process can help formulate alternative solutions to effectively diminish irrelevant traffic volumes. As stated earlier, not only about your existence of click fraud is almost as dangerous as click fraud itself. Besides that, we can run daytime campaigns. A study carried out by the ANA and the White Ops suggests that a large portion of illegitimate traffic occurs between midnight and 7 in the morning, since this is outside of the normal business hours for the unfortunate targets. These hours were determined using IP geolocation data provided by a third party. Advertisers can significantly reduce instances of click fraud of their campaign by only running daytime campaigns. However, it is important for me to mention that this solution is not ideal if a business audience is only after midnight, is online after midnight, okay? It's very important because there are hundreds or of industries that will benefit greatly from this practice. Additionally, running predominantly daytime ads can give merchants valuable insight into their audience's preferences. Advertisers can learn how to identify legitimate traffic sources and potentially set up a nocturnal campaign that is protected against wasteful interaction. Finally, the company can also use inbound marketing as part of the strategy to prevent any fraud. This will allow us to connect on a daily basis with our target audience, providing them with original content that will resonate as a brand awareness in all our social media platforms. With that said, it is very important to know what click fraud is. Like I mentioned before, how to prevent it, how can you actually know what is happening on your side. If you know the signs, you are going to be able to prevent it and attack them. Okay? For me, it is very important the last thing that I just mentioned. Inbound marketing can be very, very, very useful. That is the only way that you will connect to your audience directly, and the content that you're giving to them is from your own source. Okay? So I hope this presentation have been resourceful and you'll be able to understand what is so huge about click fraud and how can hurt our brand if we are not aware of it. Okay, so these are the references that I use on my presentation. I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for your attention.